Alrighty, everybody, welcome to the Ginge and Pedro show, episode 19. I got with me my boy Pedro.
How
Pedro,
you
say
doing,
hello.
guys? We were watching boxing, baby.
We were watching
Yeah,
boxing.
yeah, dude. I'm a huge boxing nut. How you guys doing today?
Yeah. Hold on, I'm trying to get my screen ready here. Okay. Yeah, so we're just waiting on Simon, Mr. Portier,
Yep.
to join us here.
Dude.
I guess he's working on Canadian time, which is
Yeah,
a fun little way to say that. I just stole that from Pedro.
yeah. It happens.
Um,
It happens.
yeah. So let's see. Yeah, let's take a look at what we were going to talk about, though,
Yeah,
because
exactly. Because
we'll
that's what we're here.
promote Simon.
Yeah,
Alrighty, I'm sure he'll show up here.
yeah. He's on the moves right now.
Yeah, when I do the cards for the YouTube show, I usually
Hmm.
try to pick something that is related to the guest in some way.
Hmm.
And the first thing that I typed in when I was trying to think of something for Simon, I was like, all right, French Canadian. And there was nothing interesting whatsoever.
Oh, come on,
It,
dude. Fur
it,
trappers.
dude, well, I just Google searched it, and it was not.
Oh,
That's not an insult against Simon or French Canadians, but it was like
yeah,
I was expecting. Honestly, I was expecting like mimes and like all kinds of crazy clown type. I don't know what,
yeah, dude. Like I
but it
don't know.
was
Like
really just
I
like, yeah,
since I lived in Canada, like I knew the
oh
whole like
yes,
political aspect of how they view the Quebecois. Like they're kind of like a breed apart. So yeah, it's not like that. It's Canadian tension. Like they basically love each other. But the Quebecois being speaking French, they have laws like you have to speak French Canadian here, and like if you open a restaurant, like the sign has to be in French. So yeah, there's a lot of things that are cool about it and contentious. Even though Canadians are not known for being contentious, like the guys who would get on your face would be the Quebecois. So yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah,
let me
dude.
ask you this. This was something I was
Yeah.
going to ask Simon,
Mhm.
and
Well,
it's kind
I'm,
of a
I'm not.
strange
I don't know
question.
if I'm qualified to answer for Canada since I'm not Canadian. I only lived there for a couple of years. But shoot,
All right, well, it works though. Still, did you
Mhm.
see any mimes on the street?
I was living in Vancouver,
Hmm.
so no mimes. I saw a lot of junkies though, but no. And we're
Are
talking
mimes
about
a thing?
about
Really?
street performers. More
Yes,
than street
face paint.
performers, I saw junkies trying to sell you cheese. They just stole from 7-Eleven.
Oh,
And
okay. So
yeah,
involving bands of charcuterie.
yeah, charcuterie and also what? Well, there's a gay parade that I don't know if that counts as memory
Yeah.
and a lot of hiking. They're really into health
Hmm.
in,
Right.
in
Lots
British
of
Columbia. Yeah.
what kind of those? What are those trees? Evergreen trees? Is that what they're called?
Hmm. Yeah, dude.
That's really
Very,
beautiful.
very, very beautiful city. Like, if you guys never been to Vancouver, like, I highly recommend it. It's not that cheap. Where's the poutine? Yeah, exactly. Where's the poutine?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they were really
Good
eager
morning,
for me to
everybody.
try the poutine. Now that hey, what's up, Arrogant? Uh,
Good morning.
I'm really now that I think of it, they were really eager for me to try the poutine, which is nice, dude. It's like
Mhm.
cheese curds, French fries, and gravy. Like, what's to hate about it? And then they put like
Mhm.
bacon in it because everything is better
Oh
with
yeah,
bacon. So yeah, that was good. That was good. But dude,
yeah.
like my stint in Canada is
Mhm.
the start of my animation career. So I have
Right.
nothing but love and gratitude for Canada.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No,
So
I've for some reason when I think of French Canada, I think of mimes. That's really the only thing I think of, and that
mm,
might be because of Family Guy or not Family Guy, South Park. But
yeah.
I
Oh, okay.
also I have a there is a part of me that wants to be a mime, or at least just
Mm,
be able to not necessarily live the life of a mime, but I find this skill. I also want to learn to robot. You know what I mean? I don't know what it
okay.
is. I
Well, you
just
want
like to
to
learn stupid, useless shit
yeah. You
around the
want to be
house.
a street performer in the streets of Paris. I see.
No, not really. Honestly, I just want to
Okay.
sit in my house and be able to annoy my girlfriend, or like just
Oh, all right. That's
like
different.
here's what I actually want to do, and this is really
Uh-huh.
stupid. My best friend works at Universal Studios, I've told him this. I was like, all right, buddy, next time I come down, I want to completely learn how to mime. I want to have the full face paint and get up. And then I just want to follow you around Universal and be your mime and ride the roller coaster with you, but not make any noise the whole time. But I have to look like I'm screaming. Come on. No.
Yeah. Yeah, but I
It's
don't know, dude. Like I have a deep seated hatred for clowns, and mimes count as clowns because I actually
They're
one
the
day
best of clowns.
I will tell you the story when I beat the shit out of a mime in
I don't think
Colombia
I want to know. I don't
in
think
the
I want to
90s.
know.
In the 90s, it was actually funny because
El Gargoyle. Go
yeah,
ahead. You know, hey,
you
do you,
don't
you
think?
don't think all the porn stars are from Canada? I don't
Well,
know.
I'm not sure. Are they?
I live in Florida. I know there's a
Yeah.
lot from Florida. There's a girl
Yeah.
actually from my town that
Mhm.
is a porn star.
Oh,
Maybe I
nice.
can't dox people like that, but
Hmm.
yeah. Anyways,
I
yeah,
mean,
I
if
don't live
all
in a huge town.
yeah,
Say
but
what?
if all the porn stars are from Canada, all I can say is thank you for your service. Like I don't know, dude. Like it's a live decision, so you use what you've got, and then you put that Canadian poutine to work. I guess I don't know.
All right, I like
Kudos, man. Kudos.
it. Ever see the viral videos of the scary clowns getting beaten, scared by people that had enough of that stuff?
Dude,
No, I haven't seen the videos.
dude,
Oh,
my
Chris.
yeah. What's up, Chris? Dude, the thing with me and clowns is that when I was 4, my mom was doing like some Christmas shopping, and there was
Mhm.
this uh like shop clown. Like they do have like clowns at the door of shops doing like advertising.
Mhm.
And dude, like I had nothing against clowns, but this clown is a guy I don't know. I'm like 4 or 5 years old, and the guy
All
picks
right.
me up and goes running, like as a joke.
Oh, Jesus.
Dude,
Okay.
I'm clawing and screaming from that day.
Mhm.
Ever since that day, I would see a clown coming out of my bathroom at night.
Wow.
They're just looking at the door, like you would be. This is like the door of the bathroom, and the clown would go like
Mm.
and go back in. And
Mhm.
dude, I would see that like every night. Like I was just trauma. I, yeah. So when I grew up, I just can't stand them.
Yeah.
And
That's
there's a lot of
traumatic though. Yeah.
yeah,
I can
there's a
see that. Getting
yeah,
snatched, that would probably frighten
mhm,
anybody.
yeah,
Little Pedro getting taken away by a
by
scary
a
clown.
clown. Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's why I beat up a
strange.
mime in Colombia in 1994. Yeah, that was in '94.
I feel like there has to be a lot more to that story other than just that one reason.
Yeah,
But if that
yeah,
is the sole reason you beat up some guy who's just not, he's not even just a mime. He's just some guy wearing
mhm,
face paint and a stupid striped shirt, and you
yeah.
whooped his ass because of some clown trying to snatch you as a child.
Okay,
That is
okay.
insane.
I have to tell the story now. So
Okay.
I'm coming from college. Just walking. At that time, I had a Discman. This
Hmm.
it's so far old back in.
All right. I remember
I,
those
I
from.
have a Discman, and I'm listening to. I remember it clearly. "Sound of White Noise" by Anthrax was just out, and I bought the CD. No, actually, it was not. That record was like 2 years old or whatever. So I'm listening to "Sound of White Noise," just rocking. Gonna take my bus back home, and street performers in Colombia, like they're everywhere, and that involves like jugglers and people who will tell you a story, and clowns and mimes. Mimes imitate people like as a goof. So they will go behind people and they like imitate their walk, and everybody would be laughing. Since I'm wearing
Yeah.
headphones,
Right.
I'm in my own world. I don't see the guy.
Uh,
I'm walking, and all I see is this white face, like at this height.
oh God.
It's a freaking clown. So I just went like elbow, and then just directly here, and dude, like blood gushing, mixing with
Oh
clown
my.
paint. The guy fell flat of his ass, start cursing me out. I was like, dude, you're freaking me out more because mimes don't talk. Let me
All
pick you
right.
up. But
He broke the illusion.
yeah, dude, and then it wasn't like, oh, Pedro's a badass. I was crying as that happened. It was like abject terror. Like, and then
I actually believe that story. That's actually kind of plausible, really. He snuck up on you. Excuse me. He snuck up on you, and the worst, the worst sort of case scenario of a guy to sneak up on you, a
yeah,
clown.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of the perfect storm for you,
So
buddy.
yeah, I took him to a clinic. Like I think I paid for everything, whatever. I tried to explain to him why I reacted the way I reacted. Like, dude, I'm not insane. It's just that this happened. Like, dude, if you want to press charges or whatever, like I'll pay whatever. But I'm just afraid of clowns. And I mean, he understood, and I never saw him again. Just fuck him. He made poor life choices, but yeah, dude, that's my clown story. And to this day, like if I see a clown, I just go away. It's just like no, not for me.
Yeah. It's probably the smartest decision.
Yeah, dude.
Let's say hello to the chat here because I see some truly horrendous things going on down there, but that's all right. All right, so yeah, Chris Fisk. We're gonna have Chris on the show in January, a couple Sundays from now. He's got a really cool book. I think it's called Infinite Tales. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. I sent it to you though. It's that one that has the really beautiful packaging on the box. Really fantastic job. And Chris, I somehow won a giveaway, so it kind of worked out. Chris popped in my messages and told me I won this 6-inch little standee. And I was like, awesome. That's perfect. Yeah, because I was actually talking to Pedro about the box. So
yeah, dude, that box looks beautiful, man. Congrats.
Very nice.
We need to talk.
Yep. Jake Twister in the house. Good morning, buddy.
What's up, Jake?
Yep, all the way from Norway. I remembered this time. So, all right, El Gargoyle, back with the answers here.
Yeah, there you go.
So we got Peter North, Shyla Stiles, August Ames, Sophia Santi, and Pam Anderson. Yeah, these are all Canadian porn stars.
Yeah, that's
all right.
Like we're coming
Pam
with
Anderson,
the data.
August Ames, those are the only two that I recognize out of the.
I have to say, like, I recognize everyone but one name, which maybe speaks low on my morals. But hey, dude, like, sometimes you watch porn. What can I say? And I have a good memory.
Gargoyle, are you from Canada, buddy? Are you in the?
Or are you really into porn? Maybe, like, I don't know. It could be one of the two. Like, no judgment.
Chris says he feels the same way with obese lunch ladies.
As with clowns?
Yeah.
I can see
that. I assume so. There was a lunch lady that was getting jiggy with kids at my school way back when. Yeah. And she looked like a lunch lady. I mean, kids, dude, I don't know why, but you get weird for some chocolate milk. That much I do understand. Mrs. Good Stuff. Yes. Good morning, Mrs. Good Stuff. Thanks for coming by.
I don't know. I don't like sloppy joes that much.
No, me either, honestly. I am meatloaf or sloppy joes, dude. They don't make sense to me.
Yeah, but getting jiggy with a lunch lady? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just remember.
It was hot. That's might be one thing.
Our lunch lady is a dude, and it was just like doing it with somebody from Gargoyles or maybe Cops. No, remember that animation Cops?
Uh-huh.
You know how everybody used to look? That was the look of that lady. Yeah, we remember, like, every time, like, we went to the cafeteria, we were like yeah,
the Panamanian lunch ladies. All right.
Yep.
That actually sounds kind of spicy.
Yeah.
So blood mixed with clown paint sounds like the title of John Wayne Gacy's biography. That actually does sound like the title of John Wayne Gacy's biography. Totally agree. Clowns effed me up as a kid, says Mrs. Good Stuff.
She gets me. She gets what I'm talking about.
I think I get it, but for me, I've personally never had a problem with clowns, but like I mentioned earlier, mimes have always been a bit of an interest of mine for some.
Yeah, dude, look, I'm not judging you. Like, I mean, I was married to a theater major, and she had to do clown, and dude, that to me, like, I had to for her graduation, I had to go, and there was like a clown element to the grad. Dude, I squirmed the whole time, but I was there because I mean, I used to love her, but then she sunk my battleship. But that's another story. The thing is, like yeah, I can be like I can understand like the attraction of clowns. It's just that with my build up, with my I can't do it. Can't do it. But I understand, like, people, yeah, I want to do clown. I want to make people laugh.
Okay, so this is what this is. Chris says every 100 followers on Twitter earns a giveaway contest. Okay, very cool,
Awesome.
bro. That is really cool. Great,
Yeah.
great idea. We might even take that from you if that's all right. I hope that would be okay. But no, that's a really fantastic idea. Oh, okay. El Gargoyle says he's American. All right, fair
So,
enough.
yeah.
You just know, you're porno.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a
Good
porn
stuff.
connoisseur. It's like being a cognac aficionado. You know, it's the same thing. You just know, oh, that's a 1972 film.
He doesn't look at porn; he browses it
from
right?
Italy.
This is
Yeah,
very,
it's like,
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, this is from the Italian period of a porn.
Okay. Anyways.
From the 70s. Lots of
This
hair.
is good stuff. Says when you have to deal with that many brats every day, my assumption is you just stop taking care of yourself.
Yeah, I mean, completely understandable.
Oh, sort of the mall Santa bit. Like the Bad Santa. That's a classic movie. I really love the first Bad Santa. Even the second one's not that bad, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay. Fighting crime in a future time.
That's from Cops.
I like it.
Ah, dude. There's like I saw Cops in Spanish, so god damn it, freaking roosters! Like, dude, they sing all day long. They're not making any sense. Like, roosters are supposed to sing in the morning. This idiot's 4 p.m. and it's like a whale.
We both live in places called Panama. We both live in the woods, and I don't know if those are your chickens or not, but my neighbor, like a house, pretty much 2 houses down from mine, has a bunch of chickens and roosters. They have a horse as well, and so there's just a lot of bizarre similarities between these Panamas, my friend. I don't know what the hell's going on there. It's some Bermuda Triangle of Panama.
We used to have a horse up front, but he died.
Oh man!
Not that I had anything to do with it. Dude, that horse gave me the evil eye. Like, every
you put it down, Pedro. You put the horse down.
I'm not saying I did, but that guy gave me the evil eye every time I walked past by, like on my car. He just like eyeballing me, like, what's your problem? And then a couple of days, no, like 4 months ago, he died. Fuck him. I was so happy to see those horse hooves upside down.
Did you turn him into horse steak? What'd y'all do with him?
No,
glue?
he was
glue factory.
Yeah, he was also a glue factory.
Oh man,
the dog doesn't approve. So okay, let's talk about. I mean, we would love to have Sim here too, so he could talk about his project. But dude,
can somebody get a hold of this Canadian sensation?
Yeah, dude.
We got to blow up his DMs. Spam Sim.
Yeah, dude. And no, the cool thing about Sim and his work is that I know he's an animator. So I had a couple of questions for him.
Yes. Actually,
regarding.
So let's go over to the campaign page.
Yeah, let's do it.
We'll do that.
What's up, Pops? Dude, Pops is becoming a regular here. The guy's a jewel.
Good morning, Pops. Pops is the man. Pops' show is the first show that I ever went on. I think it was CromCon 19.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff. All right, so let me get Tales from the NATVERSE. All right, Nat's back. Second chance. Let's go. Very good.
Yeah. That you see that. Dude, Jake has a story that happens. The thing is, like if you don't take care of livestock in the tropics, you're gonna see some horrific shit. It's like parasites here are freaking like horror movie shit, dude. So yeah.
I can only imagine, bro.
Yeah, like half face rotten. That's a worm. That's a fly. It will inject the worms on the flesh. And if you don't
the bot fly, right?
Yeah, they will. They will fucking eat your livestock. It's horrible, and it stinks.
Bow. Thanks for coming by, Pops. Appreciate you, brother.
Awesome.
All right, so excuse me, guys. I've been having a chest cold of some kind. I don't know. I've been told it's not the vid, but I really don't know. But I feel fine. I've just been really my dog is whining in the background. I apologize.
I mean, when you get my age, you have to take your B12, vitamin Z.
All right, so let's get this Tales from the NATVERSE kicking off here. See what Sim's been up to.
And
All right.
Sync, baby. Yeah.
Love the
All of
tunes. I played in a metal band growing up.
Tales from the NATVERSE. This ongoing anthology collects short stories introducing characters within the NATVERSE and are all connected to the main series, NAT the MERC.
Right on. Fuck yeah. Very nice.
This 64-plus page perfect bound anthology series collects short stories introducing Nat, Milani, Rose, Zed, and other characters within the NATVERSE that you'll get to know and love in this prelude.
So if I'm not mistaken, Sim wrote and drew this whole thing.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, it's a full package.
The character design is on point, man.
This volume contains 2 previously published Nat stories, as well as the previously published Helena Rose stories, introducing you to those characters. In addition, you'll also be receiving 2 brand new stories by Simon Sim Pothier.
Oh, look at that.
Royal Rumble.
Very nice.
Colored by 7 Legions Michael Beacon. Also, Nat and Zed. Colored by Spartan Scotsman of Xenotype. Arm up and fire off into the NATVERSE.
Boom.
Boom. So you see, I mean, if you rewind a bit,
Yeah.
I can
Also,
tell you.
Nat and Zed. Colored by
Go
Spartan
ahead, buddy. Sorry.
Scotsman.
That's all right.
Rewind to where?
No, just a little bit further. I know that. So what we're seeing there, it's basically the process going from rough animation, cleanup, and then just finishing up with colors. So very, very well done, dude. I know this guy's an animator, so it would be lovely if he was here.
Very solid. No,
but
it's
yeah,
all
dude.
good. It's all
Yeah,
good.
it's all good. It's all good.
If
We'll
anything,
pimp
we'll
you
have him
anyways.
back, honestly.
Yeah, we'll pimp you anyways, Sim. Because the
Sim,
book looks
Sim.
fantastic, dude. It's done $1,000. It's that feels like a travesty.
This is the second
Second chance. Oh, second chance. Okay.
Yeah, so he's got 4 campaigns, and I know the number 2 is actually available for pre-launch right now to sign up. So let me actually switch over to that, and let's
do that.
Say hello to the chat real quick. Oh shit, we got some chat going on. I don't know who the hell Adam Jensen is. Maybe I should know who that is. I'm not sure. Pale Rider.
Probably is a porn star.
Another a fellow pale individual. I can respect that. Sugar Chris, good morning.
Hey,
the morning sip, I believe it is. Or is that, am I mixing Chris's show with the Morning Joe? I might be doing that. Yeah. Anyways, good morning, buddy. Thanks for coming by. Let's see. What else we got? Bristolian Dave. Well,
hey,
all right.
What's up, dude?
Good morning. What's up? Right on, guys. Thanks for coming by. Yes, Adam Jensen is the oh yes, okay.
Oh,
yeah, duh.
Okay.
Fucking Deus Ex
and
Human
sorry,
Revolution.
Jake. Sorry, Jake. We were talking about porn before, so now it's
kind of a porny name, Adam Jensen.
Yeah.
It's like, watch out, ladies.
Watch out, Adam Jensen's here.
Okay, cool. All right, so let me hop over to let's see. I'll take us on over to Tales from the NATVERSE number 2.
Yeah.
All right. Hopefully Sim will be rising and shining here soon. I'm really not sure. Probably. What time is it in French Canadian?
I don't know. I don't know exactly where he is, so I don't know the time zone. Because I mean, I think you guys share time zones.
Really?
I mean, I know I'm on Eastern, but the thing is, like, there's no time savings in Panama. So when the hour changes over there, it's not replicant. It doesn't change here, so I'm always at a loss. Like, okay, well, what's the time zone? I mean, 2 o'clock will always be 2 o'clock here. There's no like, 'cause we live closer to the equator.
Okay, Chris has got it.
It's in Quebec. Oh, he's from Quebec. He's a Quebecois. Oh, nice.
I see. Okay, Chris. Yes, Chris. Simon is Chris's co-host on the morning roast. That's what it is. The morning sip. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right. It's all good. It's an early show. It's an early show, but
yeah, we completely understand. But
yeah,
that's not gonna keep us from talking about it.
Yeah, because it's a really, really good looking project.
Yeah, dude.
And,
We got the sign
I
up
like
here.
to see people continuing on here. So let's take a look at the video.
Yeah.
Let's see what we've learned from issue 1 here. Hopefully we have a righteous tune kicking in.
Very metal. See what I'm talking about?
Right on, bro. Very nice.
Yeah.
You got to do a behind the scenes on your animation process sometimes, right?
Well, yeah. More than likely, I would do it. The thing is, like, I'm so used to just showing the finished product that I don't know. Okay, the dog doesn't approve that either.
He wants to go outside. My girlfriend's walking our other dog, but they're both big dogs, and it's hard for her to walk both of them. So
yeah, so I just thought he was like a very hard critic of art.
No, he's pretty easy to get along with. Ben, his name's Ben. He's responsible for piercing my ears. He bit my ears the other day and literally pierced them. So
the scent killer is
my plugs back in. Ashen Jackal, hello.
Yeah.
Yes, you found your hole this morning. Good morning, buddy. That's an Ashen Jackal joke. No. Let's see. Bristolian Dave, yep. Good morning, buddy. Thanks for coming by. The Sin Killer, what's up, bro? Very metal. I'm assuming Simon does the soundtrack as well.
Yeah, dude. Very, very good avatar, man. Like a bloody priest.
Yeah. Can't wait to add this to my spinner rack collection. I want a spinner rack. I like a legit spinner rack. Rex Doom coming by. Oh man. What up, brother? You all suck.
Yes, we do. And the only thing you can do when you suck is just keep on trying. But yeah, we suck. Thank you.
So let's read up here a little bit. Tales from the NATVERSE 2. Tales from the NATVERSE is an anthology sci-fi / fantasy series, all connected to a shared universe, and Nat and the MERC series coming soon. I have many other stories to come for the NATVERSE. Benjamin, please. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Okay, guys. Let's see. Hold on. He's gonna be so talkative here. Ben, please, killing me. So I have many other stories to come for the NATVERSE anthology. Already planning out volume 3. Man, all right. So Sam, he's the type of dude, from what I can tell here, that's just staying busy, which is always a good thing. That's kind of how I think you should do it. Really, it's kind of addicting. Like once you get going on this, like being able to just put your ideas onto paper and watch them come to life. I mean, that is really one of the most satisfying feelings out of this whole process, really.
Yeah, dude. And now that the mainstream is breaking our hearts left and right, it's a refuge, I have to say.
Only titties and clit. All right, right on.
It's a kind of sucking.
Yeah, I see. Okay, right. All right. So Rex Doom says, "I'm awake on a Sunday morning. Aren't you all lucky?" Yes, Rex, we're so lucky, buddy. You've been a real ball of sunshine today. Thanks for coming by.
Yeah.
Hex Allen Comics, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's up, Hex?
Yep, somebody we definitely have to have on the show at some point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where's Sim? We're all asking that.
All right. Yeah. It's all right. Yeah, but
it's all right.
Yeah, it's
he just had a lot of maple syrup. Yeah, he just went on a maple syrup binge.
If you can get a hold of Sam, by all means, we can slide him in here. But
so, we're doing what we can. Because I mean, the just join the mailing list that this project doesn't need to. We don't need to tell you how amazing this looks, and
Let's
So
take
yeah,
a look at Ink Spots. All right, so we're gonna check out the Ink Spots website actually. Well, so Dave says, "Why is this the first time I'm catching this show?"
I have
That's
no
because
idea, Dave.
yeah, we're well, and we're also streaming it on Twitter for the first time. We're actually triple casting. I put it on Twitch as well, but
Oh, look at
yeah,
you.
well, we don't get any traffic over there, and I don't do anything on it, but I just put it on there just to sort of let the catalog build. It's like, yeah, whatever. But yeah, thanks for coming by, Dave. Definitely appreciate it, bro. We're also doing it on Twitter as well. Chris says he's sleeping more than likely. Then he'll need to get his coffee.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough. Yeah, the 10 a.m. slot. It's an early one.
Yeah, it's an early. It's a. Thank you, Dave.
Here's to you, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me switch over to
beers. Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna check out the Ink Slayer website, which is Simon's joint. All right, let's check it out. Okay. All right. Let's see. 4 more subs to 100. Hey, right on. Thank you, Jake. Very cool.
Thank you, Jake.
All right,
that would be awesome.
Ink Slayer Entertainment. 4 creative artists united to create awesome graphic novels about escapism, live in a space adventure, fantasy, horror, comedy, etc., animations, figurines, collectibles, and other. We also offer our services to the masses. All right. So
what kind of services? Like, you have to be very, very specific when you're offering stuff like that.
Yeah, hang on. Pedro, can you vent here for a second, buddy? I got to get my dogs together.
Yeah, but I have no control over the website, but yeah, go take care of the dog. So yeah, guys, Ink Spots. It's I think Ink Spot is part of this conglomerate. Like that's one of the things that really very, very interesting about what's happening in the indie community. Like, people are starting to make like little conglomerates or little cabals or whatever you want to call it, and that is very healthy. Is I mean,
yes.
after a while, like, that's what we'll need. Like, we can only do so much by ourselves. So seeing like stuff like Ink Slayer, like yesterday I was seeing like John Malin like just taking Jimmy Reyes and his crew on with Graveyard Shift and all the stuff he's doing. So I mean, Jimmy is an awesome inker, and he has had this idea. What's the name of Jimmy Reyes? It's called like Page One Comics.
Yeah, Page One.
Yeah,
Dragon Rage, I think, is there.
Yeah, he's always has had this idea of like getting new talent and getting to work in Dragon Rage, and now he got picked up to work with John Malin. Now I'm thirsty. Yeah.
Is that? Can you hear my dog drinking?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Dude,
awesome.
He's so loud. This was the guy that was snoring on the show like 3 weeks ago.
So okay, so we got Ink Spot, Spartan Scotsman. Dude, that's an awesome hero name. The Spartan Scotsman. Sim and Michael Beacon should be a part of it. I'm not sure if there's anyone else. Yes. Yeah, dude. But that to me is so cool, because I mean, like, I'm one of those guys who tries to do everything and fail at everything. So I really appreciate like when people get together and can really work.
Hey!
I was trying to get you. I was trying to get your attention.
I'm so sorry. I didn't see it until now. That private chat. We hardly ever use it. I forget that it exists. My bad, bro.
No problem. One. I'm sorry I was late a bit.
Oh, and
no problem.
I mean, Ginge fucked up by not letting you in, so I guess we have to apologize now.
I was gatekeeping everybody.
God damn it! How you doing, Sim?
I'm doing good. Like, I got a message from Chris, like, you're supposed to be on the show. No, I know.
Oh, good times, man. Good times.
But the part of blame's on me. I was a bit late too, because I got up and kind of take care of some stuff with the kids.
That's all right, dude. We all have lives.
Yeah, absolutely. Bro.
I mean, we're coming up with like creative excuses for you not being here.
Oh yeah. Which one?
It involved movement. He's on his way on a moose. Yeah,
They were mostly Canadian kind of.
maple
bits.
syrup overdose. You know dude. I lived in Canada for a couple of years, so dude, I love your country, and you're Quebecois, right?
Yes, I am.
So is it confirmed? Because do British Columbians don't like you?
They just say not a lot of Canadians like Quebecois.
Okay, cool. That's the impression I got.
And British Columbia doesn't like a lot of people.
Yeah, exactly. They just like their granola and their hiking. But dude, I love British Columbia. Don't get me wrong, but I do got that animosity towards like the French Canadians. And dude, like I met a couple of people from Montreal, and dude, they were awesome. Like I didn't see the problem. They were a little bit more mouthy than regular Canadians. That was one. Like, and I like mouthy people better. Like people who would say what they think.
I always think that there's if you look at Montreal, the people it seems more like Americans, French Americans, than actually French Canadians.
Yeah, yeah.
They like baseball, they like barbecue, they like everything. It's like Americans, except they're French.
Yeah, dude. And the food is amazing. That's another thing. Like,
you know,
I was saying earlier,
it's very simple, but when you try it, you get addicted to poutine.
Yeah, dude. It's I gained the pounds. Yeah.
Everybody that gets here, they gain weight. Like my bro's Mexican, and he still hasn't lost the weight that he gained from eating poutine.
Yeah, dude. It's just not good. No, it's really good. It's so good. It's not good.
It's our own tacos.
Yeah, dude. So okay, now it's time for you to introduce NATVERSE. We've been doing what we could with what we know,
right.
But now we have the creator. So please help us navigate this awesome project called the NATVERSE.
Tales on the NATVERSE is something I started because it was introducing NAT the MERC in a series a book that was called Sidara 9. Sidara 9 is a Quebec type of like heavy metal type of thing that he was trying to do. It was a comic book anthology as well. And he wanted me to do like short stories in there. And I'm like, how can I do something interesting instead of just doing like, you know, one-offs or, you know, like write-off characters? Like, what can I do as a fun thing? I'm like, maybe I can just introduce characters slowly and, you know, like introduce you to Nat. Then, you know, pick your curiosity about that character. Then when you think I'm going to answer you more, no, then I'm going to do Rose. Then I'm going to do this. So that was the idea that I started in 2012. But I got to after the Rose story, I was supposed to come in with the Lowani. But then, you know, the editor didn't want to continue with the Nat thing because it was too misogynist.
All right.
But you know, it was the thing making the book sell a lot.
It was too high tea. You mean?
Dude.
Dude, the first issue that Nat was in, he sold over 350 copies in one weekend.
Awesome.
And he never did that. Like he barely could sell like 100 copies before. It was issue number 3. And there was a lineup of like 20 people when I got to the book con in Quebec. Dude, I was like, I wrote the only thing they had was a 13-page story of Nat, like the first one. I don't remember the name. And they were all waiting, like if they had read Batman and asking questions. I was like, oh, this is fun. Man.
Yeah, so dude. I can only imagine the hard on going like, yeah. I did that. And awesome, man.
The thing is, when it got canceled, I always wanted to bring it back, and it's like my baby. It's like I got a whole bunch of ideas for story. Like the first comic I ever created was Wolf Dragon. Wolf Dragon is more like, you know, like me trying to do an homage to the King Arthur. You know, like Wolf Dragon is like it's deeply inspired by anything that's Arthurian legends, right? But it has every myth and legends in it. If you remember, like Gargoyles did back in the days, where all the gods and everything was in one.
Yeah,
so I got this.
Like the Green Knight and the Battle of Suga Wayne, like yeah.
But that was created to be my ongoing. Like the name of the book, Not the Merc, came up with the idea of like, what can I do that's clear that I can just come up with anything. And I'm like, the guy's a merc.
Yeah.
So I can just come up with any type of job that it could be a parcel delivery or anything, and just have fun with it.
Yeah,
and
awesome.
That's how I got really involved in it. Like it's way more developed in a way than the others, but it's also like it's where I have fun. It's like remember when Kirby said it's Commandy. If you remember Commandy, the book Commandy they did, he was improvising. So
Yeah.
when he was doing one book, one story, he didn't know what the hell he was going to do the next. He was just improvising as he goes. So I'm using a bit of that improvise, but I have my story written down. Like the plot is there, I know what I want, but I'm also loose to have fun. And from what I've been hearing, it really shows what I've been doing. So when you get the first book of NAT THE MERC, you get the first Tales from the NATVERSE, you get the 3 first stories that was published. The first one in 2012 and the second one in 2013, which is the first introduction to Nat and a glimpse to his origin. Then you have the Rose story where you see her becoming the Pirate Queen. Then now you get the 2 new stories that I did while I was doing the campaign of Bloodhunt. You have the Royal Rumble, the Queen Ulrika Royal Rumble, introducing Queen Ulrika. This is the Blue Warrior babe right there. Yeah. She's like a mix of Wonder Woman and Doom.
Oh, awesome!
Nice.
Victor Doom, yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
like I don't know, like don't take this the wrong way, but I like finding cues on projects I see. And I see this flavor of like late 70s, early 80s animation, like Captain Future, like Captain Harlock. You know, like
I'm highly inspired by Harlock, Grandizer.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
and I see the pedigree, man. And that's another question I had. Like you are an animator too, right?
Yep. Yeah, I am.
Awesome. Yeah, the same here.
I have a bachelor's degree in animation, 3D animation.
Awesome.
And digital designs.
Very cool.
Yeah, like that's why I went to Canada. I went to Canada to study animation. So I was like, oh,
where'd you study?
Yeah, in Vancouver in Van Arts.
I studied at NAD.
Oh, okay, cool. Awesome, dude.
And that's where I technically like brought back NAT, because NAT was created as a project in college. I was coming up with what could I do as a 3D animated series. That's how I started. Like that's why I say like it was set up to be episodes that I could just put the world there and just go nuts with it.
Yeah.
Right.
So if I can jump in here for a second, Sim, could you sort of give us kind of a just a sort of a brief teaser of what the first episode of NAT is like? You know, when we open the book, you know, kind of what would be the first story to kind of expect, if that makes any sense. Like,
yeah, I can even do better than that. You know, give me a sec. Just give me 1 second. It's right here. Because in college, in university, when I came in, the first story was actually a storyboard animatic that I did for college.
Oh,
very
awesome.
nice.
So I can do better than that.
Oh, dude, my first animatic was so politically incorrect. I can't show it anywhere.
Oh shit! Very nice.
Nah. Oh.
Dude, Sim, did you make all this music? Is this all you?
No, that's somebody I paid for.
Oh, okay. Well, they fucking rip. Got some Pantera to it.
Boom.
Oh, dude.
Right on, bro.
that looks awesome.
And let me show you this before I close this. I shared that one yesterday. I did a new there's a new update on those little animation I've been working on,
Oh yeah,
and this one is actually the theme song of NATVERSE.
awesome.
But we don't need to run the entire thing, but
Let it roll, baby.
okay.
Is it the same? It's the same tune then from the previous animatic, or
It's technically a teaser for number 2 and 1.
Okay.
very nice.
Very, very nice.
So
But I have planned to actually have a fully 1 minute animated intro.
Oh, awesome. So are you handling all the animation or do you have a team?
Oh, I'm doing everything by myself.
Yeah. Welcome to the world of the poor animator. Yeah. That's the only limitation. Like I did some animation for art. I've done some animation for a couple of people in CG.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always telling them, like, dude, like the limitations of working on your own are very felt like the product is affected. In the end, just to make it properly would take so much time. And yeah, dude, eventually I would love to allow this movement to grow properly so we can make like proper animation teams.
Dude,
without politics. Yeah.
Fully well animated stuff. It's like right now I'm pulling mad how can you say the tricks out of my hat. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Trying to dose the frame rates and this, and I'm playing those. I'm picking the right little scenes that, so I don't have to do 24 drawings a second.
Yeah.
Trying to pull it off, and as you can see, it's actually scenes pulled from Tales from the NATVERSE 2. Like you can see the transformation of the bike here.
Yeah, dude, awesome. Dude, your designs are on point, man. Like I'm a big fan of people designing tech the way it should be, and you were there, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Congrats.
I think it they don't look that mechanic, but I don't know. I make it work.
Yeah, no. The thing is, like, it's not making it like, okay, you can build it. Like you can take this designs to MIT to be built, but it's just like make it believable. Make it like, okay, you can see weight on it. You can see like justify like where the machinery should be. Like I'm always on the lookout for that. And dude, like it works. It works.
Do you notice how small she is compared to him?
Yeah.
And then you understand why the bike comes in.
So I'm a writer myself, so the kind of my thoughts kind of go towards more story kind of questions. So let me ask you: you've got your second chance campaign going right now. Is the upcoming book? Is it also an anthology series as well?
The next book that I'm doing, Tales from the NATVERSE 2 it's going to be an anthology as well. Yeah. It's
very cool.
Tales from the NATVERSE is always going to be an anthology. It's always been it's always been planned to be its own thing aside from NAT the MERC. NAT the MERC, like I have a series for NAT the MERC where it's only going to be about him. Tales from the NATVERSE is like, hey, here's your Boba Fett. Here's Rose. Okay. Here's something else that happened there.
Very nice.
Here's Meanwhile in sector number 25 or something, you know?
Yeah.
Very cool.
So it's just like informing the lore and basically making the world like.
That's it. Is I'm creating the universe. That's the idea. Because people are asking me, you should have came up with NAT the MERC first. I'm like, not really. Because my idea is I give you a glimpse of NAT the MERC as little episodes. Then I give you the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. No, that's actually a very interesting prospect, and
it's NATVERSE is my series, and NAT the MERC is the movie.
Right. So is NAT the MERC out yet?
Not the Merc is not out yet. It was supposed to be out in something in a book before called Jumpstart, but then it got postponed and got canceled. Then it got moved to Inkslayer magazine because the project we're doing right now, we're doing an Inkslayer book, which is going to be magazine size, like heavy metal or something.
Oh,
And
awesome.
the idea is that we're bringing our IPs in there. In there, you're gonna not the Merc is starting. You're gonna have, and the idea is every IP is going to be a minimum of 20 page. So it's going to be 5 IPs in one book, right? So you're gonna have technically 4 IPs because you're gonna have 5 stories but 4 IPs. You're gonna have Nat the Merc starting, and you're also gonna have Luwani and Rose Daddy Issues, and that's the one I'm working on with Ink Spots.
I love the name. Daddy Issue sounds.
I did. If you read the first one, you have a glimpse that so spoilers. You find out that they're technically sisters, Luwani and Rose.
I'm already interested. Like, not knowing even that. Just listen to Daddy Issues. Like, this can go wrong in so many ways.
Exactly. How
Pedro
many
likes
types
women
of
with
daddy issues, right?
apparently.
Yeah, dude. Like that's the story of my demise. Daddy Issues.
Christmas is saying NATVERSE, Sim Hurlant, or Metal Sim. Heavy Sim.
Heavy Sim. No, Heavy Sim is like you had too much poutine. So maybe, NATVERSE is all right.
So this is the Inkslayer website. The chat was going over a bit of like who the team is, but maybe you can kind of explain a little bit more what you guys got going on over here.
Well, this is me, Scotsman, Inkspot, and Beacon. This is the all 4 of us that decided to get.
Ooh, rowboating.
Getting a little robot there. So. Robot sim.
Is it better?
Yeah,
yes,
now it's better.
Yep.
Okay. So the idea is we
Damn.
Again?
Yeah.
Yes, dude, but it's better now.
Yeah, it's better.
I swear we're not fucking with you.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I'm in Canada.
Yeah, it's all right.
So the thing is, we already worked together, and we were already talking about, they were already working on Tales from the NATVERSE, and we were talking about, further projects where I would be, helping them out, laying out their books and stuff like that. And then we're like, I pencil way faster. Like I'm an actual penciler, I also ink. Scotsman colors, but he's actually an inker. He was like a ink assistant from Marlowe. He worked for DC, Marvel, and stuff like that. You have Ink Spots. Do I need to say how good he is with fucking colors?
No.
And then you have Beacon. If you read Seven Legion, he's a great writer. If you go check his audio series on that he started on his YouTube, it's pretty good. A lot of people liked it.
I've seen this project. Yeah.
And he's a pretty awesome colorist as well.
That's a beautiful cover right there. Did he do the cover? Or?
Mm-hmm, he did the colors. And
awesome.
That's that was his first coloring.
Wow.
So
hell yeah.
Yeah, so he's been practicing a lot on Duno and Chill, so he's also drawing. So we're a full production team. So the other it's not a company, it's more our label studio. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's I conglomerate.
Yeah. Which I'm a big fan of myself. As Pedro was saying this earlier, maybe before you were on the show, Sim, it's that there's lots of, it's kind of like the Image umbrella, but without the umbrella. Just everybody's sort of banded together.
The Image umbrella, but everybody's wet because there's no umbrella really.
Yeah,
Right.
but it's one of the reasons. Like, remember, I did something called Red Label Indie Comic Showcase.
Mm-hmm.
Red Label was just to have a label that everybody can promote with.
Yeah,
and that's why I use that as the book there on Amazon, because I decided a lot of people don't want to do digital. We don't, digital is not. It's not like But how can you not use it at least to promote? Like it's a new way of giving people flyers. To test things out. When you would go to the con and have a 4-page flyer for an upcoming comic, I'm like, what if we did that? But we put that on Amazon and we turn it into a type of preview. There's nothing but samples though. So you have book samples and where to find the creators.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I actually, everybody loves the previews page. I mean, that's like somebody's favorite thing. Yeah, I like the idea of replicating. I'm not sure if your idea is exactly replicating some of these things. You know what I mean? But the idea of like a previews page for indie comics, I mean, it would probably be more difficult to get together. But I mean, if one were to stand out enough over time and sort of be, a spot that people would want to put, preview their indie book. Yeah, I like the idea of competition. You know what I mean? Essentially.
They should say like I put it for free for a Kindle because that's one of the things I put all like most profit to because I wanted the people to promote it, and it's been read a lot.
Oh, wow.
It has like 23 IPs in there and 270 pages.
Right on. Fuck yeah.
So Amazon would not let me put it under $2.99.
Oh man.
But I can do sales for 99 cents, and it's free on Kindle. If you're Amazon Kindle, you read it for free. So everybody gets exposed.
Okay.
And that's the thing. You want to expose yourself to the most people.
Yeah.
Possible.
Well, what's the main problem of any indie creator? Exposure. Yeah. It's like it's like any other business. Location.
Whoa.
I'm right.
Yeah, you are. Oh man.
Domo.
Arigato.
Yeah, but am I back?
There we go.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
back.
You're back.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yesterday the power went out.
Oh,
we had a lot of huge windstorms.
Oh,
damn.
I mean, I can't really say anything because I live in Latin America and no power is a norm. So I'd rather shut up.
No power is the norm. That's a good one.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, hold on. I want to show you guys something.
Do it.
Which page is it? In one of the new stories of Nat, I'm doing a wink to Heavy Metal the movie.
Oh, awesome. But the original Heavy Metal, not that fact.
Yeah, I love both of them. So
yeah, I don't know. Fact kind of disillusioned me a little bit because I don't know, like the CGI traditional mix was not.
Yeah, I know.
Hitting me properly.
I hate the last part of the 3D integration, like when they did the character. That was ugly as fuck.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you can't deny it. But dude, back then, when people saw it, like there's a 3D character moving.
Yeah, but the thing is that if you remember Titan AE, that's before. Even though nobody was
it?
Yeah, I think so. Titan AE was before. And I like that integration better.
Yeah, but it was also like a freaking huge company that was doing.
Yeah. True. Yeah, I guess I'm not being fair, and I'm not looking at
Pedro,
budget
you
here.
pain in the ass.
No, you're right. It came out about the same time, 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was also a good movie. That was pretty, a lot of heavy metal vibe.
Yeah, dude, that Titan AE to me was a masterpiece, but like people didn't know, like it wasn't really for kids, so it fell into that trap.
So here you see the homage to the Shelby Cobra scene.
Yeah,
where he just comes out of the ship and just hover and goes on the planet.
Oh,
and
dude, that's so cool.
And that what leads to this.
Right on, dude.
Right on.
Hell yeah.
And
very dynamic.
You're fucked.
You're fucked. Yeah, cool.
Right on, bro. You're a great artist, Sim. How long have you been drawing? Aside from animation, like how did you get your start into just being an artist? Is it something you've always done as a kid, or?
I've always done it. My grandma would say I would draw on the wall. Oh. Like I always drew. It's always been something in me. I can't shake it off. Like even when I was in university, I had to do 3D. I was going insane because I couldn't draw.
Yeah,
I was going insane.
Oh man.
That I published the first NAT story during university because I could not stop
drawing.
Yeah.
The only moment I stopped is when everything got canceled, misogynist and all that stuff in 2016.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
So from 2016 to like CG, I was on the hiatus.
Did you say you were canceled? Did you say you were like an early victim of that kind of idea, like people trying to cancel you essentially?
Oh, dude, I was part of the Gamergate back when I was in university, defending the designs and stuff. Like, look at my design. I'm a designer. I'm a character designer. I'm a storyboard artist, and I'm an animator and a character sculptor. I'm like, oh, this is too that, and I'm like, screw this. And at the end, they're like, you're never gonna get a job in the industry. The industry is small. And I'm like, you know what? One day, you'll be working on one of my IPs.
Yeah, exactly. That's the advantage I have being in.
But dude, I was top of class. I was one of their favorite students until that shit happened. And it was a turn from one year to the other. That's the thing. The worst thing.
Yeah, it turned on a dime. It turned on a dime.
And
but the thing is, like, down here we really have no industry. So I'm basically most of the time I'm the one generating the jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to put up with me. Like, you're a misogynist. Yes.
Dude, I get with the entire CG thing too. Like, dude, I lost all the little contracts I had for design and storyboard. Like when I started the thing, and I'm like, oh fuck. I was one of the organizers of the Fantasticon of Montreal, and we started growing, and then they wanted to replace me because of it.
Oh man.
Dude, when you say cancel, I got canceled pretty goddamn bad. I almost lost everything. And then, thanks to CG, Bloodhunt, and everything, I'm here.
Yeah, dude. We reach our tribe.
Was Bloodhunt your first? When you? Let me ask you this: how did you get to CG? You got canceled effectively, and then you took some time off. And what was it? How long ago? And what was your first project? Was that Bloodhunt or?
Dude, I had like third wave feminists. Like, let's make the difference.
Yeah.
The traditional feminist, that's one thing. The third wave type of feminist, the one that attack people and they all play victim, like what became the LGBTQ SJW thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And dude, I had one of them come to my table with two Antifas, and they started getting like a bit like roughing the table. But the thing is, usually I can keep my level head. The thing is, my kids are there. And at the moment, I jumped over the freaking table and I got in front of her face. I'm like, you want to take that outside?
Yeah.
And then they started calling me a cisgender. I'm like, what? And that was in 2016 or something. I'm like, what? I'm like, you don't know what a cis is. You're so ignorant. I know what a cisgender is. I'm like, I'm wondering why the fuck you're pulling that out right here, right now in front of me. Because you're this, because you're this, you're a misogynist, and you're this, and I'm like, oh wow. I'm like, well, there. Let me stop you right there. You got me fucking wrong, okay? I'm a single dad. I got full custody of my kids. So according to what you just said, it makes me a single mom as well. So that makes me a mom at dad. So I'm a power dyke.
Yeah, exactly.
I ain't straight. I ain't hetero, because hetero, it doesn't say anything. You can, you take one and down and up. I know, I'm a ladies' man. And they just looked at me, dude. Everybody was laughing.
Yeah.
That's really a power dyke. That's a hell of a statement. I am the power dyke.
Power dyke.
I'm like, yeah, there you go.
The bull
bow
dyke.
before me. You just start.
Yeah, and then and then after, like.
Whoa, that's an amazing story.
I love you, friends.
Yeah, Chris has an interesting bit here. As a former game developer, I can assure you all of those claims against literally who are legit. That industry is a cesspool of spoiled children that latched onto Marxism.
Yeah.
Yes, dude. It's in business they teach you about the A, B's, and C's. If you know what the A, B's, and C's are, you know what? It's the A's are the top of the top, the cream of the cream, the cream of the crop. Okay, then they always want the best, right? They don't give a fuck if somebody's better than them. They want the best, right? Then you have the B's that want as good as them or under. Then you have the C's that just want people under them because they keep them on top. And that's what my industry is mainly filled with, because that's what happens with all that type of like behavior where it's like you show up and participation trophies and shit. Like, dude, it's everybody's a victim now, and everybody's this. Is like, why don't you just shut up and put the work in?
Yeah, actually, I completely agree with that. It's kind of, I mean, I think we all kind of understand this. It's, you can victimize your way into not having to do the work, I think,
Yeah.
somewhat, or just get there easier. It's a
It's not.
it's a
It's the main. It's a main problem that every human being needs to deal with psychologically, which is one, admitting that you're not good at everything,
Mm-hmm.
right? And two, not everything that happens to you, it's everybody else's fault. You are the key to your own future, to the future, to what you want, right? So if you're not getting what you want, are you? Ask yourself. It's normal that you go, oh, nobody supports me, nobody that. Then you go, okay, but what am I doing wrong? Am I doing the work that I'm supposed to? Am I putting in the hours? I remember back then going, no, I'm not, because I don't have that much books. I don't have that much. I need to put in more work. And if you've been following me since I've been in CG and everything, I've been pushing myself crazy to go over that top. Like, it's, you know what they say, anything that you want to master, you have to put the 10,000 hours in. You have to cut the hell out of it to
Chuck
master
Jones,
the
baby.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck Jones.
And that was the thing, because before it was, when I made Michael Turner, I was in that zone where it was like everything needed to be perfect. I was not going to release anything. And he's like, dude, finish not perfect. Okay, you need to put your first piece of shit out so you can get to your first great book. Because otherwise, if you only aim for the great, you'll never have nothing.
Yeah, that's there's a saying I've heard like 6 or 7 months ago that kind of rings in my ear every now and then. I think it's something like perfect is the enemy of good or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
now,
yeah,
you have to have the drive to aim to, for it, but it's perfection is not a thing. Get it?
Yeah, you can spend too much time chasing something that is trying to get perfection and essentially overdo it. I mean, you can do that with art, right? Trying to fix a line a certain way and lose the flow of what you were trying to draw.
But
it stiffens up somewhat.
The perfect example is Richard Williams with The Thief and the Pauper. The 22 years in production of a movie that ended up being finished by a bank. And Richard Williams is, I mean, one of the best animators in history. That guy's an animal, but he's adheres to perfection. Just make him lose the work of his life. And you can see like perfect scenes done, and then you see like the scenes paid by the bank to finish that. Like, dude, it's a travesty to watch the Thief and the Cobbler. Like, if you haven't, just seen as an example of great animation and what stubbornness will do to you.
Yep. And what Chris said, perfection is a wise pursuit, but only a fool expects to find it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Is that it's another thing I like to tell people, and that's another thing that I learned that helped me a lot to grow as an artist. It's to stop comparing myself to my idols.
Yeah.
Because your idol, like Jim Lee, Bisley, or something like that, you look up to them. You love the fuck out of them. So even if you would be better than them, you would still not see it.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's what you need to understand. So stop comparing yourself to other artists that are better or worse or whatever than you. And you need to focus and compare yourself to your past self.
Yeah.
It's not about comparing yourself to the other. It's, am I better than before? Am I better than yesterday? Am I and then you get into that freaking thing where you hate everything you did 5 hours before.
Yeah. I'm not better than myself before, but I'm older
and wiser.
No, that's not a given. I'm still fucking up. But yeah, dude, I totally get it, dude. Like, and that's the thing. Like, as creators, we have to concentrate on our weaknesses first. That's another thing. Like, I see a lot of people who say, like, hey, I can only draw monsters. Like, dude, you better get on that human figure
and get out of that fucking safety zone.
Exactly.
Dude, I hated drawing cars. First thing I do when I work on a project with somebody, I'm like, oh, let's do cars.
Yep.
There's a point where a while back I'm like, oh, I can't even redraw the same thing twice. Then I did animation.
Yep.
Right.
And the animation is an ego destroyer. 'Cause
Yep.
no matter
But-
how good you are, you're as good as your team.
But if you have, it's also
Yeah.
if you have a great art teacher,
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
will also have that same thing that you need. Because the thing that you need to learn is, and it's fucking frustrating when
Yeah.
you're in it. It's learn the craft,
Learn the
practice
craft.
this. You're like practice,
Mhm.
practice. You're like, yeah, but that's what I want to do. You have to do this. You have to do that. Learn it. Own it. Own it. Own it. You're like, fuck. Why? I'm not gonna. Then you own it. And then he goes, you've done it. You've earned it. You've learned it. You've earned it. Yeah. Now forget everything. And
You
what?
have arrived. Yeah. Forget
You're
everything.
like, forget everything. And you're like, what? Then you have to find the reason that you're like, it's dude, you go from like that struggle of like, I need everything to be perfect. Your drawing's stiff and you hate the drawing. And then
Mhm.
you let go and then everything just comes out fluid.
It just
It's weird. That's what it means to you learn the craft so that it becomes your own. It's like the same thing that when you practice like a speech or something or anything,
Mhm.
you learn it so much, you practice it so much that you don't stress about it anymore. Just go wing it.
Yeah, exactly. That's like the example my teacher gave me was like, okay, when you're riding a bike, are you thinking about riding a bike, or are you thinking of where you're going? You know what I mean? Like you grab out the skills, like what is to animate, but when you're animating, you're thinking of the scene.
Yep.
You're not thinking of okay, now let's put some more overlapping here or whatever. That's from later. Like when you finish the scene and somebody would say like, hey dude, maybe you need to work on your follow through here or whatever. Like that would always be there. But the performance has to be the center of what you're doing.
But
Not the skills.
You've trained yourself so much, you don't think about every muscle. You don't think
exactly.
about everything or no, you just do it. That's the idea of it. And you have to stop beating yourself. It's like the more you're trying to beat yourself, like I was saying, like if you go and you learn a speech and you go trying to give that speech and you're in the mindset, I need to reproduce the same speech. I cannot fuck up. I cannot not remember. You will fuck up.
Yeah.
If you go in, you learn your speech and you go, I don't have to do the exact same speech. I know what I'm going to be doing. I know what I have to say. And you're going to win it.
Yeah, exactly.
And, that's what I did. Because one of the things that I've learned when I did before the CG thing, I'm like, I need to learn business. I went to take a year business class.
It's very important, man.
Yep.
Very important. We need to be guys. We're going on an hour 15 mark. I don't know. I mean, Sim, are you cool? We can keep on going, or
I'm good.
Are you good?
I'm good for another 15, 20 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'd like to kind of talk about the project. I see that it's kind of maybe I'm having difficulty asking questions because it's an anthology. I'd like to kind of maybe get to know the characters a little bit and
go right ahead, dude. It's an anthology, but it's like I said, it's not like a different short story. It's one big universe.
Right.
So it's like it may be an anthology because it's 5 different stories, but it's one it's one IP, it's one universe. So go right ahead. I don't mind. The book's out.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'd like to could you maybe start with Nat, just like some of his character background? Could you tell us a little bit about how he ended up as a merc or anything like that?
Yep. Nat was born in an experiment. He's a hybrid. Technically, there was a race of aliens called they're called the engineers in there. It's not their race. You'll find out later, but they're known as the engineers because they're like the weapon makers, the bio engineers and stuff like that. But the thing is, they've been for over 1,000 years. They've been trying to reproduce that to reproduce or recomplete an old DNA sequence from an old species that's been gone. And I'm not going to say too much about it, but that's what I let you know in the book in the first issue. So they're trying, and that's where he's born from. They were trying to reproduce that DNA sequence, and with the human from Earth, because I need to specify, because they go to our Earth, but the NATVERSE is way freaking far from here. It's like another universe. You know what I mean? But the engineer were able to come here, and you'll find out how later.
Awesome.
Right on. Very cool.
So they did. He was born and then you see, he was saved by a Federation droid that was sent to exterminate the entire experiment. But the thing is, when he gets to kill Nat, the baby touched him and technically reprogrammed him, and he became his dad, his protector, And Nat has been raised by a droid, an assassin droid, so he's been a merc since he's been a kid. So that's one of the things that you'll see in Tales from the NATVERSE 3. I have 2 stories of him when he's younger, and he's born with that blue arm. And the other thing I can add to it is one thing that he does know, because his dad was the one that killed the entire experiment, is that nobody can really find out what the arm is, and he has to stay away from the Federation. Because one thing is, the arm cannot be scanned. It creates its own energy. He powers a ship with it.
Very cool.
So a ship cannot be traced, tracked, or anything. That's why it has its own little teal blue light to it.
I like that quite a bit, actually. So he just puts is it like kind of melds to the steering wheel in a way, or how does that work? That's actually really pretty cool concept.
Yeah, how he feels does he fizz the ship, or how does he feels the ship exactly?
In the book, I hint to you in one of the ways that he does is that he goes to his little planet called Scraponia. That it's an artificial little scrap planet that they have where they keep scraps and metals and weapons. Yeah, and he can discharge the energy that the arm produce.
Oh, okay.
And it's also the thing that powers the planet.
So we're talking about a very powerful arm here.
The thing is, I'll say it, it's technically it's not a cybernetic arm, right? So it's technically like a the best way of saying it would be it's like a 4-dimensional alloy.
Okay.
Sweet. Very cool.
So that's one of the things. Like it acts different. Like in the bio, I let you know that he doesn't need to breathe in space, and that arm kind of can work a bit like Thor's hammer.
Okay.
So let's just say he could point in a way and go that way.
Right on.
Not fly, but you get my drift.
Yeah. Dude, very creative origin story, man.
And a big way of saying it is technically he's a technomancer. So anything he touches, he can hack, control. Any technology that he touches, he can hack and control.
Oh, that's how he reprogrammed his
exactly.
dad.
And it was a baby doing it by instinct and going, "Mummy," type of thing, mummy.
Yeah.
And it has a mummy.
And
that's an assassin droid. Yeah.
Nice.
Replicant says NATVERSE, all of the abs, all of the time.
And another thing that he does is, since it's also a 4-dimensional metal, it can change shapes. So it takes shapes of a claw, a sword, and other things, and you can also power weapons from it, like I said before. So there's one in the scenes that you could see from the one on the page, not the Merc page. You can grab a cannon from a tank and grab it and stick it to his arm.
Oh, awesome.
And the blue would just connect, power the gun, and then he'll start shooting that gun. He doesn't need a battery. But the thing is, it's also limited, and it also causes him to be violent, and he needs to have that action. And if he doesn't disperse that type of energy and that violence, he can go ballistic and get very mean and aggressive, and he can go nuclear.
Oh, so there's flaws with him. Because that was like he was starting to sound very OP, but now it's like he needs to discharge it or there's consequences. Yeah.
And
nice balance.
It can also heal him, but to heal him, it needs to consume matter.
Very cool. There's a lot going on with that arm, bro. I definitely dig it.
That's why I always used to come in and go, "Oh, well, what's up with that cybernetic arm?" It's not a cybernetic arm.
Not cybernetic.
It's technically it's skin. It's like it's part of him. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the go-to for everybody. Like whenever you see something like, oh, it's a cybernetic, But yeah, it's nice that you're making like the distinction here.
That's
a story in itself.
I've been trying real hard, but that's the thing is, I have a huge story just behind all of this that has nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
Like another thing is Luwani. is also made of something of a similar material.
Mm.
Which one is Luani?
The one with the green hair, the one that's technically introduced, but you don't really get to know her until issue number 2.
Okay.
I even did a drawing where I'm gonna use to promote where she they're in the backstage reading the script. And you see Luani in the back. She's loading her freaking gun. Because I better be in this one. Fucking use me in the last one.
Nice.
Right on. Very cool.
And
Very
cool, it
man.
says like at least you got more than just 5 pages.
Yeah, dude. Like I want to congratulate you, dude. You have created a very rich lore for this story.
I'm trying. I'm really inspired by stuff like heavy metal, Metabaron. Like my bro told me like there's a bit of 40K. I'm like yeah.
As I said, like I see a lot of Captain Harlock too. Like I don't know, like that's what I'm seeing. And I don't know, like did you see Captain Future? That's like contemporary series.
Dude. I worked on design for a possible movie.
Oh, awesome.
Captain Harlock, that was kind of cool. Not Harlock, Captain Future.
Captain Future.
In French was called Captain Flam. I think.
Yeah, Captain Flam. Yeah, I remember Captain Flam. Like I saw a poster. So like Captain Flam, like what the fuck? Oh, Captain Future. Oh,
and you had Simon the Brain and
the Simon the Brain and Odo, the morph guy.
Yeah.
The things like all those series.
Those are the type of stuff. Yeah. Galaxy Rangers.
Yeah. But they had this like obscure, like somber element to it. Like people could die. Like Ulysses 31, you remember that one?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Dude, like I was afraid on every episode, like who's gonna die today? And that's something that it's missing a bit from American or like let's just say comics from this hemisphere. Like there's no sense of danger. Like I'm sensing danger here. Like.
Oh, and you haven't seen nothing yet.
Exactly.
One of the things I keep telling people is like right now I'm showing you like just a little sector where they are. There's like the universe is huge. Like when you get to Elrica, you're very far from the Federation planet, right?
Yeah.
So you get to be and that's where you get to a Celtic type of vibe. Like it's fantasy. There's a dragon. It looks fantasy, but sci-fi. And like
awesome, dude.
It's funny. I was just admiring the artwork on this print as I'm scrolling down. I thought to myself, I'm like, I wonder who did this. I looked at the signature. I didn't recognize it. I then scrolled down and I'm like, oh, Simon Bisley.
Not that one. No, not that one. No. Bisley is under. Oh, okay. The one on top, that's the Preston Acevedo cover.
Okay, well,
that's another beast.
Yeah,
this is fucking beautiful, dude.
That was
destroyed.
That was penciled by Preston, ink by Scotsman, ink and color by Scotsman, and it's freaking amazing. Hold on.
Yes, sir. Right on.
I have a few copies. I have like 100 copies of all of those printed already in advance. So as soon as the campaign closes, it's not going in demand. I'm closing.
Oh, great.
And fulfilling.
Awesome. This is for the second chance campaign.
Yeah, the other one's already fulfilled, and I printed those 100 of each variant covers at the same time that I fulfilled.
Wow.
That's another thing. Like people are always talking about people who are not fulfilling, and they're not talking about people who are.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, that to me is a little bit, disingenuous.
Oh, hold on a second.
But the thing is, like, it's even coming from our own people.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's let's just be frank.
Yeah.
People would bring up things that will bring them up and not bring them down. And let's just leave it at that.
Yeah. I know.
It's not usually always ill intended, but that happens.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to stir the pot here. Not at all, but it's just that's the thing. Like, yeah, dude. Like we're getting the books. I mean, some are late. Yes. Some are doing a very good explanation of why they're late. Some not so much. And I'm not really gonna start like naming names or whatever. But
dunking on people. Boom, boom.
No, I'm not, dude. Oh, look at that.
I'm just messing with you, buddy. I'm just messing with
you.
And
see how,
dude. Woo.
Hey, what's up, Shadowhawk?
And I don't go cheap. As you can see, you have the perfect German binder with the fold.
Nice, bro.
So it's very solid. So it's sewed as well. It's not just glued.
Well, very good.
That's great. Sim, this is the first time I've seen you, sir. I've always
Right
seen the
on, bro.
logo. Yeah.
These are the beacons colors.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
And here's the new 20-page story, colored by
Oh,
Scotsman.
Oh, that's
Dude, Scott can color like a
delicious,
son
yeah.
bitch.
Oh, dude.
It's
It's like
some delicious stuff.
That guy sold me in select he colors in a way that I don't usually like that much. You understand what I mean? Like if you would ask me, Sim, if you have the colors, I would hire somebody like Beacon or something, like somebody that would do like Inkspot. You know, Inkspot would be like that guy that would be like usually, and but Scotsman owned that style of like selecting grad that I love the hell out of it. It's like he makes my stuff look like it's out of an high-end, high-budget anime movie.
Yeah.
Not a
That's
series,
really
a
clean.
freaking movie. Like that looks like it's out of freaking Redline.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean, dude. And
Yeah,
it looks
Mm-hmm.
it has that like solid quality, like solid lighting,
Mm-hmm.
great color separation. Like, dude, everything is shaped properly. You know, like the silhouettes are there.
Hold on. Here's a copy of Blood Hunt.
So how'd you meet Scott? How'd you two get together?
Here's a copy of that one.
Oh, look at
How we
that.
got together? I don't know. We started just hanging around. Like I got you came in. He was gonna be maybe coloring Xenotype. Like I met him before he actually signed up for it.
Mhm.
We're in a chat, just chatting, and I don't know. We're both like real big anime geek. We both love it. Dude, me and him, we watch Heavy Metal the movies and Fact 2 almost twice a week.
Nice.
Like
Right on.
we just go on Discord on our Inkslayer studio thing, right? And we're just watching. We're just put anime. We binge watch stuff and just for hours.
That happened to me with Tekken King Creed. Have you seen that movie?
Which one?
Tekken King Creed.
Nope.
It's a 2006 C4 movie. The character design is kind of weird, but it's so simple that it's beautifully animated. And dude, I just see it for the action scenes. It's just insane. But the character design can be a little shocking. But yeah, like I was watching that movie like once a week for like 8 months.
You know, you're saying you were a big fan of Captain Harlock back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a huge fan of this, and that came out.
Oh yeah.
And did you see the cover?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
I'm like, doesn't that look familiar? I love it.
Dude, Goldorak. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Like the Giant Robo era. Like I was watching Giant Robo. Like they did a remake in the early. Oh, that's a Disney. Oh,
That's the original.
Mm-hmm.
dude.
11
Beautiful.
by 17. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And here's a
Yeah, Jake. I've seen Ping Pong. Yeah. Awesome.
Nice.
Oh, look at that.
Sketch cover Heavy Metal. Very cool. That's
And as
smart.
you can see, you can pretty much stuck anything to that arm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like it.
It's very creative.
So when can we expect Nat's solo book? I apologize if you had mentioned that.
It's starting in
curious.
Inkslayer. It's starting in Inkslayer. So far, we're planning on doing
right.
Inkslayer next year. Like I said, it's supposed to be five stories in it, and NAT THE MERC starts in there. Like the actual NAT THE MERC book starts in there. Yeah.
Awesome.
I already have 6 pages done already. And right now on Tales from the NATVERSE 2, I'm 30 page in black and white. And as you see, I'm working on a little animation for a little intro promo video.
Oh, awesome.
And I'm hoping to be able to release to launch it on January around the 20th or max February. It's going live.
Yeah. What are you using to animate?
Clip Studio.
Clip Studio?
Yep.
Directly?
I bought the EX license.
Oh, okay.
Other than 2-3 things that will make you want to commit seppuku.
Yeah.
There's a 3 things, like the fucking copy paste thing.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it drove me freaking insane until I found how to go around it.
Yeah, dude. Like what I'm doing is that I'm using an open source software called OpenTunes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's if you know how to use Harmony, it's very similar. So that way, if not, the learning curve is gonna be a little bit steep. But dude, like maybe I'll show you something like after the show. Some of the things I've done in OpenTunes. Like, dude, I'm having a lot of fun with it.
I'm gonna check into it. People were telling me that there's also a 2D animating program now with oh man, I have a Blender.
Oh yeah, Blender with grease pencil. I've tried it. I'm sticking with OpenTunes. But the things like I was trained in Harmony, so to me it's like yes. But a lot of people, I've seen a lot of friends of mine are using like grease pencil and they're doing amazing things.
Wasn't the Harmony like a type of Flash animation thing?
No, Toon Boom Harmony started with
Boom.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Toon Boom started like you need to buy a.
I knew it under Toon Boom, not Harmony.
Yeah. And the thing is like you had like the first Toon Boom that I got my hands on was Toon Boom Opus, and we're talking 2001. And that used like a $25,000 scanner that would like scan your drawings and use the registry from the paper to put them in sequence.
I'm gonna have to check into it.
OpenTunes. But OpenTunes was like a very like janky looking software, but the guys from Studio Ghibli grabbed it and started telling the developers like, "Okay, this is what we need. This is what we need. This is what we need." And dude, the software, it's very stable if you keep it up to date. And dude, like I'm working professionally with that right now. Like I don't have to. I'm not paying anyone a dime. I do use After Effects for some compositional stuff, but that's because I'm used to that pipeline. Like if you're not used to node based effects, like what would you use NexusI? It can get a little it can get a little bit tricky. And
I know After Effects and Nuke. And dude, getting used to using node programs was a pain in the ass because I started with I started in college with Maya. Go to university, they go, you need to go to Softimage. I'm like, what? Because it's gonna be the winning thing. It's gonna be the thing. I'm like, yeah, really? Okay, I'll learn Softimage. And then 2 years after, no more Softimage. It's all Maya.
Dude, the thing with Softimage is that Softimage could do everything, and that's not good business. Like, if you use 3D Max, like, well, do you have V-Ray? Okay, V-Ray is $1,000. To know that that's the business.
Yeah, but that's Softimage, yeah.
Softimage, you can do everything there. So it was just like, okay, you pay. It was like $7,000 for a while. Then it came back to like $3,000. But it was just, you paid it once and you don't pay for it ever again, and that's not business. So yeah. 3D Max bought up Maya, and then 3D Max bought up Softimage, and then Softimage disappeared.
No, it's the other way around. It's Maya that bought Softimage and 3DX Max. 3DX
Autodesk. Yeah, it was Autodesk. Autodesk was the guys who created 3D Max. Then they make the merge. They bought Maya.
Maya always had. Autodesk always had Maya.
No, Maya was alias Wavefront first. Alias Wavefront was the company that made Maya.
Okay, because me when I was in university, it was the other way around. Maya was the big monster that didn't need any add-ons, no nothing. It takes everything.
Yeah.
Softimage was the one for the movies, and 3DX Max was the video game one.
Yeah. No, the thing with 3D Max is that Autodesk as a company, they got AutoCAD first, so they had the architecture industry in and the video game industry in. So when they came up against Alias Wavefront, like, oh, who's buying who? Like, we're buying you, motherfucker.
Okay,
that's how that happened.
I think we're getting lost into shop talk, and we're people in the chat.
I was just joking, really. I was just making a joke, but I'm sitting here like,
I know, but we need that type of stuff. We do good. Dude, we're passionate people, and it's very
right on.
It's just, you said about the characters. I'll add another thing. Rose, space pirate, right? She was dying of cancer. Her dad was the Federation's top bioengineer and stuff like that. Tries to save her. They stop her. They stop him. He creates a fake body, like a replacement body. They it gets stolen, he gets murdered, and she gets left for dead. Nat finds her and saves her life and gave her that arm and sent her on her merry way.
Nice.
That's where you meet her when you get in the story. She's going for a vengeance from the pirates that stole, that killed, murdered her dad, raped and left her for dead, and stole the body that was supposed to be her that ended up being Luwani. That's why she's like her sister.
Yeah. Awesome, dude.
And Elrica. I'll just go over it because you said the characters quickly. Elrica,
Yeah,
she's the queen of her planet. Every 100 years, the people from that sector of that place, the sector, the leading heads of each planet, they meet up. They get their strongest to fight and meet up and do a 1-on-1 till they fight the reigning one, right? The winning one wins the complete control of all the natural resources, the market, right? Plus they get immortality during that time. And when I mean immortality, it's not that they can't die, because otherwise there's no point fighting in a freaking collision. They just don't grow old, right? And let's just say that Elrica has been winning the 10 last ones. So she's been there for quite a little while. And she's known to not be fucked with in the universe. She's loved by her people and feared by the rest.
Nice.
Awesome,
dude. Awesome.
So those are technically the three main characters being introduced in that one. You also get to know Bob, Zed, which is Nat's best friend. A lot of people said that they remember Dax of Dexter or something like that. And like, it's weird because the idea came from trying to give him his best friend, right? So he looks a bit like the guy from Power Man 5000, because the band inspired me a whole bunch music-wise.
Yeah.
Right? And a mix of, what's his name? Johnny Depp also in it, if you look at him, right?
Nice.
But he's a mix of Alf and Garfield. Basically, I wanted to give him his best friend to be Alf mixed with Garfield.
Okay.
So that's why he's technically Alf with the colors of Garfield. Right, and if you look at the story of Blood Brother, when it opens up, Nat goes into the planets like Shreponia. You see Alf, he's passed out with this box of catch out there after an even heavy night with Zed.
Yeah, I think I saw that splash page.
I like
some show.
Yeah, I like to tease Alf everywhere in my book.
Yeah, I mean, Alf was awesome, man.
Dude. When I grew up, he was dude. There was one of the best goddamn shows. They tried to reproduce that thing so many times. Even the French with PB and Genevieve. There's so many reproduction of that. Mac and Me in movies. They tried so many times. They just couldn't reproduce the Alf effect. And I'm sorry. Okay, it was the fact that he hated and he wanted to eat something that everybody loved.
Yeah,
like you love the fucker, but he wants to eat cats.
Yeah.
There's something about characters, but dude, I keep telling, the key is not just about the story, because one of the things that people say, it's every story has been told, okay, but not every story has been lived by the same people.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so the story, it could be the same story, but I go through it, Pedro goes through it, Ginge goes through it, and we don't have the same story.
Yeah, the same results, the same decisions, everything changes.
It's who you are. It's your flaws. Your characters needs to have goddamn flaws. Like they're saying, the strong-willed people, they have their flaws. They're not perfect on everything. They can be disconnected from other people. Like sometimes I'm a horse. I'm very driven, right? I'm a person that's very driven. I work a lot. I just want to work. I need to freaking have my bro sometimes going, stop working, come with the fam. You've been neglecting a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna sign off for like 2 weeks and just go, spend some time with the kids. We need those things, because if you do not know those flaws, or dude, everybody has high traits. Everything's a bad balance,
right?
And if you cannot understand the fact that you have flaws, then you cannot expect your friends or other people to help you with it.
Yeah, and if you're perfect, how can you grow?
And since my bro has my back, I can go all out.
Yeah. Awesome, dude.
He knows I have his back for his things, and he has mine for the one. And that's it.
Right on. And I actually sort of like we sort of started talking about Perfect, and I think it's a good place to sort of end it since we've circled back to Perfect. Simon, let me ask you real quick, bro. Do you want to do a quick pitch for number 2, and then before we sign out here?
Oh well, put me on the spot. Why don't you?
Sorry, I mean you don't have to. I mean, I didn't mean to put you on the spot, buddy.
It's a funny thing. I actually like it. Like it's one of the things that I've learned to enjoy. Like before, you would give me an anxiety attack.
Yes.
No, but now it's let's do this. Okay. So Tales from the NATVERSE. You've heard about Tales from the NATVERSE 1. So Tales from the NATVERSE 2. It's Loani. I'm sorry. That's what's happening. Loani's entering Loani. The enigmatic one and only Loani's coming in. You're getting to know her precisely. You're getting Murder Doll, which is a story that you get to know what she was doing, how she was before she met Nat. You get Planet 69. Planet 69 is the actual first story I ever wrote of Nat. This is how, the first project I ever put together. Like I said before, you get to know Rose first, right? But most people got to know Loani first. Okay? Rose was an addition because Rose was originally a character that was mainly for like a cancer, breast cancer thing that I did. But when my mom got diagnosed with cancer and she passed away, she had 5 months to live. And she was the one that was in love with pirates. So that's when I decided to take that character and bring her into the universe. Right? And that's when Loani started taking a difference. She was something else, a little bit different. So now what you're getting to know is you got to know Nat, you got to know Rose, you got to know Zed and a bit like that. Now you're getting to know Loani. And Loani is like if you could say in the NATVERSE, she's like the second IP.
Okay.
She's like the yin to the yang on that. Okay.
Very nice.
They're both the people that are unique and two people that need to, be very careful about other stuff. And you also get to know, and Tales of NATVERSE 2, you get introduced to Defcon, that 4-armed gray guy there in the back. And after the Planet 69, that's where she meets Nat, and that's where she gets freed from the servitude to the big boss in Planet 69, because she was like the big bodyguard security and stuff like that. Then you get the story Metal Valkyrie, where you get to know her after she's free, and she's starting living her own life. Then you're gonna get to meet Defcon, and you're gonna get a new Nat the MERC story where it's gonna be the one I showed you before with the homage to heavy metal. I'm aiming for a 4 story in it because right now I'm trying to keep it at 80 page. And right now, like Metal Valkyrie, Murder Doll's 12 page, Metal Valkyrie 24, Planet 69 is gonna be 32. So the page count's going up pretty goddamn quick.
That happens. But dude, like the reader wins, right? So yeah, just tell the story you need to tell, man.
My way of seeing it is like, dude, being a backer, being a big comic book fan, because I'm also a huge comic book fan. Like my room's full of books, and it's one of the things I didn't like going to a Kickstarter or a crowdfunding, buying a 20-page floppy for like $10-15 and paying $25 shipping. My way of seeing it is like, how can I make that 25 worthwhile? And I'm like, well, 60 to 80 pages is the key.
Yeah, can't beat that.
To me, it's 3 floppies and 1 hardbound.
I like it. Okay, great. Thank you very much, Simon, for coming by. I'm trying to get my dog to stop drinking the water so loud. He's drank a whole bowl of water in this episode. Okay, 1 second.
Yeah.
All right. So sorry about that. I'm back now. All right. So guys, Simon Pothier, which I think I said that correctly, right?
Pothier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. Hooray.
The way I tell people to help them out is Pothier.
Pothier.
Yeah.
Okay. Very nice. Yeah, I live in Florida, which is not too far from Louisiana. So there's like some crossover with like kind of French names around here like that.
Yeah. I am partly French Cajun. I come from my origin come from the Acadians and Normandy, so I'm descendant from Rollo.
Yeah,
nice. Rollo.
All right, cool. All right, so Simon, we're gonna bump you to the back, buddy. If you want to just hang out for a second, we usually chat. Let me just. Boop. All righty, cool. All right, so Tales from the NATVERSE, volumes 1 and 2. Volume 1, you can still get it. It's out right now. It's the second chance. And then let's go ahead and sign up for volume 2 coming out. And yeah, we want to thank everybody for coming by today. We actually had, this was the biggest show we've had. Simon bringing in the crowd over here. So I want to thank everybody for coming by. Rex Doom, always a, you know,
A ray of sunshine.
Article on the wall there.
Yeah.
Ash and Jackal, thanks for coming by, Leo. Appreciate you, buddy. Sugar Chris, you the man. Right on. We got to get you on the show. And then Pedro and I, we actually have to go on your show at some point. We're going to have to do a crossover here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shadowhawk, everybody. Chris Fisk, thanks for hanging out, bro. Definitely looking forward to having him on the show. Jake, he's always a real doll, this guy. Eric, Mrs. Good Stuff, the Good Stuffs, Replicant, everybody. Thanks for coming. We will catch you all next week on the Ginge and Pedro show. Have a good one. Bam.